Deutschland, reunified in 1871 after 1,000 years of wars and divisions. At that time, Otto von Bismarck, the Iron Chancellor, must have felt that there were no more enemies remaining. He was wrong, as it was proved in 1914, and as it was proved again in 1936 and 39 when the Kaiserreich faced off against totalist France in the Second Weltkrieg. Twilight Struggle is a world where the Kaiserreich has managed to defeat its enemies in Europe, where across the oceans a new power arises, a crimson dawn over Washington, D.C. Let us explore the world of Twilight Struggle. The German Empire is firmly in control of Europe with the exception of outer Russia, Britain, and of course, on the other side of the ocean lies socialist America. With the troubles of Black Monday, the Ruhrkampf, the Bavarian insurgency, and the Second Weltkrieg, the German state was reincarnated into its final form, with the Kaiser defanged and the government in the hands of a clique of dictatorial army marshals who obey their supreme military Reichskanzler. After the end of the Second Weltkrieg, the Bismarckian constitution was re-returned to centralize Germany into one unified empire, establishing Staatskommissars in each German state in place of its governor. In short, Germany, after two brutal Weltkriegs and a depression, came out a centralized authoritarian stratocratic monarchy. Since the rise of Kurt von Schleicher, the Red General in Germany, a bunch of military officers have continued to dominate German internal politics, leading many domestic and international observers to dub the German government as the shogunate of Germany. Indeed, Russian socialism and reactionary modernism can be described as the ideology of this new Germany, the former representing an inherently collectivist undertone in Russian society, and the latter denotes a syncretic ideology born out of German conservative revolution and reactionary modernism. It is a right wing cultural outlook while embracing the ideas of the New World and its technology. And that is Europe, firmly under German control, with the Germans having established puppet states all over, from Russia to France and the Balkans. In Washington, D.C., a different kind of power rules. Let the land heal, let the land reap. That is what Earl Browder must have been saying if you could hear him. The aftermath of the Civil War left the United Socialist American states with fields of ash and rivers of sorrow. Even before the conflict, the Dust Bowl had already turned American agriculture into desolate wastelands. But out of this crisis emerged Earl Browder. Vowing to rebuild the new administration, he pursued a policy not only of forging the industry but of returning to the soil. The Green Fields program was launched after the successful conquest of Canada and the reunification of America. It was a nationwide agrarian revitalization initiative. At its heart was collectivization, a sweeping policy to consolidate individual farms into vast state controlled cooperatives. Earl Browder always says that socialism must belong to the people or it is nothing at all. Popular totalism reflects Earl Browder's unique adaptation of the totalist ideology, sprinkled with reformist ideals filled with an unwavering sense of national identity. While firmly anchored within totalist framework, Browder's vision diversifies from the ultranationalist principle of other defeated factions, in France, for example. Instead, it seeks to harmonize state power with the unifying traditions and aspirations of its people. He often describes totalism as American as apple pie. Many people have questioned him. How can totalism be in America? And his answer is totalism is as American as it gets. Was it not Washington, the first revolutionary who cast off the chains of old Britain and brought about a free republic? Was it not Lincoln, the second revolutionary who fought the forces of reaction in our house and sought to make men free and equal? That is the America of today, and the entire world is now an oyster between these two competing powers. the old represented by Berlin and the new represented by Washington, D.C. Across the oceans, in Asia, in China, India, even in the Middle East, everywhere, the twilight struggle continues.